Good morning. So we are discussing the string handling functions. String handling. So we have three string handling classes. We have three string handling classes in Java. First one is string class. Second one is string builder class. Third one is string buffer class. So these three classes are used to handle the strings. Either it may be to create the substring or to modify the string or to copy the string or to check or to compare the strings or to get the some index values. So there are so many operations to be performed on the strings. So those things are known as string handling methods. String handling methods. So to create a string or to declare a string, we need a data type. We need a data type. So here we use the non-primitive data types. Here we use the non-primitive data types. So we have three non-primitive data types: string class, string buffer class, and string builder class. So each class has its own advantages as well as disadvantages. So while taking to the string class, it is preferably to use the class string. So, but when you use the string buffer class, it is a thread safe, but it performs slowly. While coming to the string builder class, it is a not thread safe, and it executes fastly. So each class has its own advantages as well as disadvantages. We have discussed all those things. Then we are discussing the concept of storage also. We have seen the storage also, how the strings will be stored in the memory, either heap memory or stack memory, or we have the string constant pool. So if you declare a string by using the string class, then all the strings are stored in the string constant pool. Other than that, remaining two classes, when you declare the string by using this either string buffer or string builder, those will be stored in the heap memory. Those strings are stored in the heap memory. So we have seen some programs also. So then we have seen some operations that is getting the substring from the string. That means getting the characters from the string. How do you print the characters from a given string? Suppose the string is very long string. I am going to Eluru. That is a big string. So if you want to print only go means, we have some methods. We have seen some methods also. Then we have seen the comparison also, whether the two strings are equal or not, compare to. So we have seen the methods, several methods to compare the two strings. And then we have seen the last topic is modifying the strings. Also, we have seen the modification of the strings. So strings can be modified by using the substring method, and then trim method. We have the trim method. Trim method means all the white spaces will be deleted and the entire string will be displayed. Or we have the replace method also. By using the replace method, we can replace the one letter by another letter, one character by another character. So these are some methods in the string modification. So for each purpose, we have some methods. The class supports some methods, some predefined methods. So next one is methods for searching the strings. So next one is methods for searching the strings. Searching the strings. That means so what is the character available? What is the character O is at the position. That means the string is I am going to Eluru. That is the string I have given. So what is the position of the G? What is the position of the go? Either it may be a single character or double character. It may be a string also. Eluru. So what is the position of Eluru? So that can be, we can search for that. So there are some methods to search for the strings. Those are index of, another one is last index of. So these are the two methods used to search the strings. First one is index of. Second one is last index of. So these are the two methods used to search the strings. So let us see one program regarding this. Index of means searches for the first occurrence of the specified character. First occurrence of the specified character. Next means last index of means searches for the last occurrence of the character. First occurrence of the character and the last occurrence of the character. So first occurrence of the character means, so the suppose if you want to know the O, so O will be placed in the string in so many places. Second position, second index value, fifth index value, and eighth index value. So, but the output is the method will return the first occurrence if you use the index of method. So while you use the last index of method means it will return the last index. That means 8. If you want to print the first occurrence, we will use the index of. If you want to return the last index means we will use the last index of method. By using these two methods, we can fetch the strings. So let us see the program. So let us see this one. So string search is the class name. This is the main class. This is the main method. Public static void main method. And then here I am creating the two strings, str1 and then str2. So str1 is help the needed ones. The string value is help the needed ones. So this is the string one, str1. So I am creating another string str2, that is one has to take care of oneself. So this is one string. I have created the two strings here. So here by using these two strings, I am going to implement the index of method. Index of, last index of. So identify the usage, implementation. So let us see this one. str of one dot index of the character is E. So that means we are searching for the E, character E, index of E. That means what is the position of the character E in the string one, str1 E. So E will be placed in the so many places. So E will be placed in the so many places. Here, and then here, and then here. So many E's are there. In this string, so many E's are there. So here index of means first occurrence of E. First occurrence of E is this one. HELP, help. That means position value 1. So 1 will be displayed here. Next is string 1 dot last index of E. So last index of E means last occurrence of E. That is this one. This position will be displayed. Next I am performing some last index for string 2. So this is the entire string 2. Last occurrence of off. I am using the string. So we can use either character or a string. I am using the string off. So search for the off. This is the position. So we don't have any other offs. So only one off. So occurrence of this will be displayed here. Next index of E comma 8. So index of E comma 8. But we can have the two parameters also. So index of means first occurrence. First occurrence of E from the position 8. First occurrence of E from the position 8 on the string S1. So identify the position 8, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is this one. So first occurrence of E from the position 8. That is the next one, last occurrence of E, last occurrence of E from the position 6. Last occurrence of E from the position 6. So we can have the two parameters also. So index of method or last index of method can have a single parameter or double parameter. We can pass either simply E, or we can have the position also. From that position, what is the index value? So that is also possible here. So this is the usage of the methods index of and last index of. So let us see the output for it. String search one dot. So program compiled. So this is the output. So let us minimize this. So let us see here. Let us compare the outputs here. So first one is first printf statement is string one dot index of E. So we need the index of E. That means first occurrence of E. First occurrence of E. So this is the string. First occurrence of E is 0, 1. First position that is displayed. Next, last occurrence of E. Last occurrence of E on the string S1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. Last position is 18. That will be displayed. Next, last index of off. Off on the string S2. Last index of off. That means what is the position of off in the string S2? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21. So 21 is displayed here. Next one, index of E comma 8 on the string 1. So index of E comma 8. First identify the position 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 is this one, white space. 8 is this one. So occurrence of E after the position 8, from the position 8. So this is the position. From this, the calculation is started. So this is 8, 9, 10. Next is at 10th position. So here count starts from the occurrence start from the 8th position. That is E comma 8. So if you don't give 8 means the occurrence, the setting will start from the 0th position. If you give the position 8 means the setting will start from the 8th position. Next one, last index of E comma 6. Last index of E comma 6. 6, I think this is 6. Yes, E comma 6. So let us see this. E comma 6 means on the string S2. E comma 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So sixth position is this one. S. Sixth position is this one. Yes. So last occurrence of E. last occurrence of E. That means from the sixth position, the cursor will go this side. The searching will go this side. So index of means this side. Searching will happen this side. Last index of means searching will starts this side. So last index of E comma 6. From the sixth position, what is the position of E? That is 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. So 2 is displayed here. So last index of E from the position 6. From the position 6, what is the last position of E? This is the position of E. That is 0, 1, 2. That is displayed. So this is the searching of the strings. So searching can be done in two ways. Index of occurrence from the starting position or occurrence from the some random value, random position. So that can be possible by using the index of method as well as in last index of method. So these are the methods used for searching. So next one is so next one is data conversion and miscellaneous method. So other than these methods, other than all these things, either it may be comparison or it may be a getting a substring or it may be a searching. Other than this, we have some miscellaneous methods also. So we have so many miscellaneous methods, and in this we will use the most important one is value of. So value of is a method. So value of is a method which is used to return the string representation of an argument. So this is widely used one. It is used to represent the value of method. So value of is a method name which is used to represent the string representation of an argument. That means if you pass the value of n means, and suppose if you give the n value as 10 means, the string representation of 10 will be displayed. Value of n means n value is 75. The 75 equivalent string value will be displayed. So that is the value of method which is widely used in the strings. And then we will use the uppercase and lowercase methods. So uppercase and lowercase method. That suppose if you want to convert the uppercase letter to the lowercase, so we'll use the method to lowercase. To lowercase is the method. If you want to convert the lowercase to uppercase, we will use the method to uppercase. So we have the we will use this mainly. We will use this methods to uppercase, to lowercase, and then value of method. So let us illustrate these programs. So let us see the value of method. So let us see here. Usage of the value of method, implementation of the value of method. So this is the main class, this is the main method. So here I am declaring some variables. N, integer n equal to 70, long is equal to 25674, and float equal to 45.76. I have declared some variables here. Simply I have declared some variables, and then I am declaring the three strings. I am declaring the three strings, S1, S2, S3, three strings. So S1 value is railways. S2 is the empty string. S2 is the empty string. And then S3 is So we are creating the S3 string. So we are creating the S3 string by using the S2. S2 dot value of S2 dot value of float. That means FLT means float value. That is 45.76. So value of 45.76 means, so the 45.76 equivalent string will be displayed. Value of means it will return the equivalent string for 45.76. So that is stored in the S3. And then I am creating the array. In this we have the character. So this is called character array. So I am displaying the some character array. I am displaying the Eluru, but each letter has some character. Each letter has character. E, L, U, R, U. So this is a character array. Next I am printing the some printf statement S2 dot value of n. S2 dot. So S2 is the empty string. S2 is the empty string. S2 dot value of n. So n means 70. Value of 70 means, that means 70, the integer, the string equivalent 70 will be written by this method that is stored in the S2. Next printf is S2 dot value of language, LA, long. So lang value is 25674. So equivalent string will be displayed here, value of. Next I am printing the S3. So S3 is S2 dot value of float. Next I am printing the another value of A1. A1, that is string equivalence to this character array. Next I am printing I am converting the S1 to the toString. ToString is a method, you know. It will convert the any data type value into the string. It will convert to the string value. So this is the simple program to illustrate the usage of the value of. So let us check the output. Value of 1 Java. So value of 1 Java, no errors. So output. So first printf is S2. S2 is printing value of n. N value is 70. So 70 equivalent string is displayed here. So this 70 is nothing but a string representation. This is not an integer, string representation. Next, long 25671. Next printing S3. S3 means float 45.76. Next A1 array. String equivalence to that character. Next, we are converting the S1 dot to toString. So S1 is railways. So railways is already a string. It is converted to the string value, string representation. So this is the usage of the value of method. Next, let us see the uppercase one. Let us see the uppercase. Uppercase and lowercase. So check this program. So this is the main class. This is the main method. And then I'm creating the string yes. In this, I'm initializing the string yes, Java programming. And then I'm printing the hash code. Hash code is a method. That means which will convert the s dot hash code. That means in the yes we have Java program. So Java program equivalent hash code will be displayed here. So hash code method returns the equivalence hash code of the string. Next one, I am creating the byte array. Array name is B. I am creating the byte array. So that is byte array of s dot get bytes. S dot get byte. That means S is a string. So the string values are stored as byte array. J, A, In this previous program, we have E, L, U, R, E. Likewise, Java program is entirely stored as J, A, V, A. Like that, it will be stored. That's why I have taken the byte. So just I am printing that byte for byte X for each loop. I am using the for each loop. This is the collection value B. Then I am printing the X. Then I am printing the X. That means J, A, V, A. Each letter will be displayed here. And then I am taking the str1, str2. str1 is this is Delhi. str2 is Java. Capital letters Java. So I'm checking str1 contains is also a method. Contains Delhi. str of 1 contains Delhi. So whether the string has the Delhi or not, that will be checked here. Contains. Next str of 1 dot 2 uppercase. str of 1 is this is the Delhi. So entire thing will be converted into the uppercase. Next str2 dot 2 lowercase. str2 dot 2 lowercase. That means this will be converted into the lowercase value. Next strings 2 will be displayed. After conversion, str2 will be displayed. Next I'm creating another string s2 that is from str2. So str2 is Java. str2 is Java. str2 dot intern. So intern is also a method. Intern is also a method which is used to convert the canonical form of the string. So canonical form of that string is nothing but a if suppose if this is Delhi, the canonical form is also a this is Delhi. For strings there is no change. So you can search for the canonical forms of the strings that will be displayed by using the intern method. So in this program we are using the miscellaneous methods. Miscellaneous method that is hash code method, and then contains method, 2 uppercase method, 2 lowercase method, and then intern method. So these are the methods other than the discussed ones. These are the other methods used in the strings class. So let us check the output for this. So the JavaScript upper lower 1 dot Java. So this is the output. So first one, hash code. So hash code equivalent value for Java programming will be displayed here. The next printf is byte array. Byte array. So byte array means it will take from SS means Java program. So corresponding to this Java programming, byte values will be displayed. J means 74. That means some ASCII code or something. That code will be displayed 74, 97, all these things. So this is the output of this one. If you use the byte array means get bytes. Get byte means this is the method already we have seen. So this string equivalent byte code will be displayed here. Next contains printf. Contains of Delhi. Whether that string contains the Delhi? Yes, true. Uppercase. This is Delhi. Lowercase Java. Next one we are printing the str2. So str2 is Java. That is printed. So intern of str2. So intern of str2 is also the same. Canonical form is also a same. So this is some miscellaneous methods used in the string class. So next one is exceptions thrown by the string class method. There are so many exceptions thrown by the string class method. First one is index out of bound exception. While using the strings, you can use the byte array something. So if you use the arrays means automatically will get the index out of bound exceptions. That means every string. Suppose Java programming is an object oriented programming. it is a string I have given S1. S1 is equal to Java programming. I have given a string like this. So that every string is starts with the every string has is a sequence of characters. So that means each character has its own index value, 0, index value 0, index value 1. That means there is a chance of index out of bound exception. So in what methods this index out of bound exception is possible? Caret position. So if you give the position value 10, but the string length is only 5, means we will get this index out of bound problem. So likewise, these are the some methods. Then unsupported encoding exception. If you use the encoding scheme, UTF-8, UTF-16, ASCII. So we have so many encoding schemes. But your compiler doesn't support that scheme, means it will get the error. So likewise, we have so many errors, so many exceptions. So this is all about this string class. So we said that we have 3 classes to handle the string. First one, string class. Second one is string buffer class. Third one is string builder class. So up to now we have studied about the string class. String class, how to declare the string in the by using the string class, and what are the methods available in string class. So let us study about the string buffer as well as the string builder class. So let us see the string buffer class. So when to use this string buffer class? So string buffer class is thread safe. So while using the threads, we can use this string buffer class, but the execution time is very high. While compared to the other 2 classes, the execution is very slow. That is the drawback of string buffer class. So let us see how it is declared in the Java library. Public final class string buffer extends object. So which extends from the object? Object is a universal superclass. So it implements the serializable as well as the char sequence. So already we have said that char sequence is an interface which is implemented by all the strings. So this string buffer is also implements the char sequence interface. So there are so many methods available in the string buffer class. Let us illustrate this through some program. String buffer. So let us see this example. So now we are studying about the string buffer methods. In previous sessions, we have seen the string class, the method supported by the string class for comparison, for searching, for getting the characters from a string. All these things we have seen. So there are some methods supported by the string buffer class also. So let us study the methods available, mostly used methods in the string buffer class. So let us see this. So class name is string buffer. This is the main class, main method. Okay. Then we will declare the strings by using the string buffer class. So till now we have declared the strings by using the string class. Now we will declare the strings by using the string buffer class. String buffer str1 is equal to new string buffer of this is the constructor. In this we can pass the string value. Delhi is a big city. So this is the string. str1 stores the Delhi is the big string. So this is the syntax for declaration of a string by using the string buffer class. By using the string buffer class, we can declare the strings like this. Next, I am declaring the another string S2. I am declaring the another string S2. Kanpur is also a big city. Kanpur is also a big city. So by using the new operator, we can declare the strings. Next, I am printing the strings str1, str2. Next, I'm printing the str1.length. So length is a method supported by the string buffer class. It displays the length of the string. And then string buffer method has another method, that is capacity. Capacity means how much memory it can be allocated for this. That means suppose Delhi is a big city. This length is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this length is 19. So capacity means, so length can be added to some 8. 19 plus 8, 27. So 27 will become the capacity of that string, STR1. That means some more 8 spaces will be added to that string. So that is the capacity. The string STR1 holds this much of memory. Suppose if the string length is 30. If the string length is 30 means another 8 spaces also allocated for this that string. That is the capacity of that string. STR1, STR2. That will be displayed. Next, we can allocate the capacity by our own also. So if you want more capacity means we can ensure that. Ensure capacity is the method. So we are passing the 80. That means the capacity of that string is 80. You can have 180, 90, 35, 40. How much capacity you want, you can allocate that string. Next, I am printing that capacity, str1 dot capacity. So these are the methods supported by the string buffer class, length and capacity. And then we can set our own length also. So I'm setting the length. Set length is the method. So I'm setting the length for string 2. So string 2 is this one. Kanpur is also a big city. So I am allocating only the length is 8. That means 8 characters can be displayed. That is the length of the string. We can give manually also. Set length, ensure capacity. I am printing the string length as well as string capacity. And then I am printing that string. Next, caret. So caret method is also supported by the string buffer. Caret. That means str of 2 dot caret 4. That means character at position 4. What is the character at position 4? That will be stored in the CH. So that is printed here. Next, set character at. Set character at. That means we can change the value. Suppose if the string has the value E means that can be changed to F. That can be possible by using this set character method. That means in the 6th position, replace the 6th position with the E, character E. That is set character at. Then I am printing the string 2. Next one. Next string, I am defining the third string. Third string as Shiva. I am printing that one. And then reverse. Reverse is a method which is supported by the string buffer class. That means reverse. That means AVIHS. That is displayed. That can be stored in the S. So reverse method is also available in string buffer. Next, I am creating the string 4. So Java is object-oriented programming language. This is the string 4. Next, insert method. Insert method. We can edit the string also. That can be possible by using the insert method. str4.insert. Insert is the method. Insert 8 comma purely. Insert at position 8. Inserted position 8. Position 8 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 means this one. Before object. Java is purely. I am adding the string purely to the S4, string 4, str4. That is possible. Insert. I am printing that str4. Then delete. We can delete the string also. Delete 4 to 7. 4 comma 7. That means delete the string from position 4 to position 7. That substring will be deleted. That can be possible. Next one, replace also available. Replace at position 0 to 4 Python. Replace the string with Python from the position 0. 0 to 4. 0 to 4 means we have the Java. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So replace the string by Python. That can also possible. Next, delete character. So delete character at 0th position. Delete character at 0th position. That is also possible here. Next, append. So append is a method which can be added at the end. That is append. So appending is simple. Java, Python is object-oriented programming language and simple. So that can be possible. Here the method is append of either and I am appending another string also. Simple. I am printing the final string. So these are the methods available in the string buffer class. So length method, capacity method, caret method, set length method, set ensure capacity method, and then reverse method, insert and delete method. Insert, delete, replace. Insert, delete, replace, and append method. So these are the methods widely used in the strings class, string buffer class. So let us check the output here. So the program name is string buffer 1. Java C string buffer 1.java. So let us check the output. So this is a long program. Let us check the output. I'm printing S1 and S2, then length value is 1923. So capacity means 19 plus so 16 plus 16. So capacity means plus 16 is added to the string length. Plus 16 is added to the string length. That means extra 16 places will be available. Then I am setting the 80 to the string. Then I am printing the string capacity 80. Next I am printing the length, setting the length 8. Then capacity 8 plus 16, 39. Then caret position 4. That is Kanpur I. Then caret set. Then set character at. I am replacing that one character at with E. Kanpur I, Kanpur E. Next reverse Shiva. This is the reverse one. Next Java is purely is added here. Purely object-oriented programming. Next one E is deleted here. E is deleted here. Next Java is replaced by Python. So first letter is deleted. Python purely object-oriented programming and appending and simple. And simple is appended here by using the append method. So these are the methods available in the string buffer method. So let us see the string builder class also. So likewise, we have the string builder class. So likewise, we have the string builder class. So string builder class also has some methods. But in threads, we cannot use the string builder class. In threads, we cannot use the string builder class. So because string builder class doesn't support the threads concept. So this is also provides some methods. Main class, main method, and then string builder class. I'm creating the string SB1, the value is Delhi, and I am appending. So append method is also available here. SB1 dot append is a capital of India. I'm appending this one. I'm printing that. I'm creating another string S2. So same SB to length capacity. These methods are available in string builder class also. And appending method is also available. And then insert method is also available. Delete character method is also available. Delete method is also available. So string builder class has delete method, delete character method, insert method, append method, and then length method and capacity method also. So most of the methods are available in the string class, string buffer class, and string builder class. So all these classes can have these methods. So extra to the string buffer and string builder, we have the capacity method. capacity method, and then insert, delete, and then append method. So in the string, by if you use the string class means we don't edit the string, immutable. But here in the string builder and string buffer, we can edit that. We can insert, delete, replace, and then append. All these methods are available in the string buffer and string builder class. So this is all about the string handling in Java. So this is all about the string handling. So in this chapter, we are studying the three classes: string class, string buffer class, string builder class. So most widely used one is string class. That's why we have seen the so many methods in the string class. While comparison, searching, and then getting the character, all these things we have seen. And then we have seen the methods in the string builder class as well as string buffer class. So this is the end of the strings. So in the next class, we will start the multi-threaded programming, threads. So this is the one part of the 5th unit. So strings we have completed. Next, we will study the multi-threaded program. So do you have any doubts? So, okay, thank you.